This is A-Bell. Z-Bell. Z-Bell. Mia, so we have your show. We're going to do a standing.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
You're going to delay. I got to go.
No, I just did a little portion of the song called
That was
Every
very
Time You
nice.
Go Away. It's from the
I
1980.
remember that
Okay.
song. It makes me cry all the time. That's why I cut you off.
There's a lot of songs that make me cry. Everything makes me
Everything.
cry.
You make me cry. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe at the midday show. Yes, he's on 3. Yeah. I like Valerie. She takes her work seriously.
And she laughs.
And then she laughs. Wow, what a day. I am.
Tired?
You exhaust me.
I exhaust myself.
I mean, we start out one thing, and then Slick decides he has errands to run today, so I can't cry to nobody.
Is he leaving?
Yeah, no, we couldn't get the color correct.
At the house?
Yeah.
You gotta grab a mic. Couldn't get the color correct on the house.
What's wrong with the color?
Get the color. The color, we wanted a tan, but he thought I wanted the color that was, my pigment, but we had to do a lighter color, and we were going back and forth on color.
So why don't you just take it to Home Depot and let them
I did.
mix it
That's what
up?
that's what happened. I did. I went to
It's the wrong color at Home Depot?
and then I know I picked the color from Home Depot. I'm like, this is the color. And I'm pretty sure they have it.
And you know it's going to dry darker.
It's what is it? It's gonna dry darker, but it's a lighter tan color.
I gotta tell you, that
Yeah.
would be the next great invention. That the color samples actually match
Correct.
the color you paint on something.
They do
Correct.
not.
I know they do
They
not.
don't.
It's impossible. Undertones.
I know they do
And
not.
dry.
Valerie, put something on the screen, please. They never match. The color samples never match what you put up. Ever. Just saying.
It doesn't match because it's not supposed to match.
So why would you use a color sample if it doesn't match what you put up?
Correct.
So sometimes, so then people told me you get the plain like newspaper without the newspaper print on it, and you paint a big piece of it, and then you put that up because that would be indicative of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Indicative.
In the old day, when I worked for my father, I was the color master. My father would give me a paint chip, and I had to match. Commercially, you have to match it as close as you can because you don't want to give it 2 coats for financial reasons, right? So I was the color master using Roamba and Rosiana. Amba and Rosiana, yellow and brown.
Ah.
And those 2 colors will give you anything you need in the color chart in these apartment houses. Then sometimes you ran into a red wall and things of that nature. You had to bleed that off. There's a whole lot of things that go into painting. Do you know a room is dry, so when you go in there and you paint and you don't thin out your paint and you're putting all that paint on that dry wall, what happens? It runs.
I gotta tell you, when we painted that studio and we moved in here, we're like, no big deal. It was me, Teddy, and my daughter.
I laughed.
And he laughed. It took us way longer than, it took us all day to paint that room. And then when I think about redoing that room, I go, it's not happening. You can just keep, I even tried to spackle the wall over the weekend. You don't even know I did that. I stood up, I tried to spackle
But I
it.
did that.
The other wall. The
There's
wall
another
that you-
wall?
The wall that you complained about that had holes in it. And for some reason, that joint compound has mold in it.
I
Even
told
though we
you you
took
have to take it out.
I did. There's more.
You don't use it then.
There's more. So I had a very busy Saturday here. So I left it for Slip.
Do you want to paint that room?
No.
No, I'll paint it.
Oh, no.
But just get out of my way.
Oh, no. We're going to leave it.
I
right.
painted that room.
Oh, I know. And that's when we had to hire Lewis to come back and fix it. So, no, I appreciate all of the work you do.
What do you mean? How come Lewis had to come fix mine? But everything that you did in this room, I never criticized it. But look at the top. I never had anybody come in and fix that one.
We could fix it. It did get a little on the ceiling tiles because.
A little. A little.
Yeah, well, so we had Lewis come and fix this. He had to fix the trim.
You notice how Freddie gets
and the
fixed,
floor.
and they're perfect. There's more paint on the ceiling tile than there is on the wall.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of paint on the ceiling tile. I know. What can I tell you?
It don't make a difference. I mean, who walks in looking at the ceiling?
That's
Oh,
kind of
look,
what I was thinking.
there's a paint.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So happy Monday, everyone. A little bit of a late start, but it's Monday is all I can tell you. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. I am cracking up over the tripod on our camera because you talk about the floor being uneven.
No, that's the way Pierre put. I looked at him and says, "Is that camera?" And he says, "Yes." Don't touch it. When the show is over, I want you to carefully grab it. It looks like that camera's about to teeter over.
Are all three legs on the floor?
Yeah.
All right, so it's looking at it. It's hilarious, is what it is. Everyone have a good weekend. Mia, how was your weekend? You just gotta take it. That's just like a behind the scenes still, I can tell you.
What is that?
I had a good weekend.
You had a good weekend?
Yeah, I was off Saturday and Sunday. A lot of my friends were in town from school. We all go back next week, so we got to do some fun stuff, go to the beach.
What's
That's
happening
nice.
with school going back? You're virtual, aren't you?
I'm going back next Tuesday. It'll be virtual.
She's going back next Tuesday from where, her house or
My
from here?
house.
So how does that work? What's your schedule? Are they live? Are they anytime?
I heard that my classes are gonna now be like Zoom calls, cause last semester it was just kind of busy work, but now they're gonna have it more structured, so everyone has to be in class technically.
Now, can they see you or you only see them?
They could see you, yeah.
So if you get up to go make a sandwich or something, they see you.
You can't do that. I heard some people are like not even gonna let you have drinks or food. I'm like, you're really gonna stop me from having drinks or food in my own home?
Come on, that's
Yeah, I'm like, that's not happening. I think they're doing it because I've heard a lot of people, I saw a lot of like joking memes that a lot of people were like drinking during class, like students. So they don't want you to do that
With a
anymore.
beer?
You know that'd be me. Pour some wine in like a pomegranate bottle.
It's funny, if they take a picture of you and you put it up like this with a pencil, how do we make it blink?
That's actually a good idea. Put up a picture of me like looking like I'm listening really intently over the camera.
Or
I like that.
or wear a mask that covers everything but your eyes.
And I could just go to sleep.
And then anybody could sit there.
That's pretty much what's happening.
That's
So
actually a good idea.
how many classes you taken?
I have 3 classes left and then an internship.
And what's happening with your internships? You said nothing's in person?
A lot of people aren't doing internships in person. I'm just waiting to hear from one person to make my final decision. But
And what internship are you looking at?
it's with Minted Media. I think that's in Palm Beach.
It's in Palm Beach.
So I'm just waiting to hear from her. That's my only thing left I'm waiting on.
And what would you do there?
They're like a TV production. She does like a lot of like documentaries and docuseries stuff. She's done like reality TV, so it'd be more like TV. I don't think I'd be doing broadcasting really, but I just wanted to check it out.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
3
we'll
more
see.
classes. And then you graduate in December?
Yeah, then I'm done.
And I think Val's got 1 more class.
Yeah.
That she's taking now, no?
Val, are you taking it in the fall or now? When's your class?
When's my class? I don't know.
But you have it coming up, right? 1 more.
It's within this week or next week. I was thinking it was this week, but maybe it's next week.
Yeah, I think it's at the 22nd. It's technically.
Can you believe like summer is official over? Like we got through spring and now summer is over because people are back at school.
Summer.
It didn't feel like anything different except it's 110 degrees outside.
Very hot.
Normally it has like a summer feel to it.
But that's pretty hot. That's usually summer hot, no?
It's not usually summer. Usually kids go to camp. Usually the roads are less crowded. Roads are not less crowded. There's a lot of traffic because people I don't think are going away as much.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And is Pierre going back to school also? You're done?
He graduated.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's done.
graduated.
The only one that hasn't graduated is And Mia,
Huh?
you graduated, right? You graduated a couple years ago.
Yeah, last year, May.
Last year.
And Val's doing her show live tonight on WNN, which is really exciting. At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
She's going to be airing live on WNN, which is very cool.
That's right. It's going to be interesting tonight.
Why?
You'll see.
I am looking forward to it, is all I can tell you.
It should be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. I love watching I call you guys kids, and then I have to watch what I say because you're not kids, right? You're young adults and all of that. It's always the delivery of what it is. I got to tell you, my head is tired. I don't know how you guys even deal with. And here's my new meme. I want to take a picture of Kelsey. Caption this: what is Kelsey thinking? Because Kelsey must have 110 pages going at once. And I go, what are you thinking? And she looks at me and she says, why? I said, do you think I'm crazy? Do you think it's nuts? Do you think? And she just looks at me. I still don't know what that woman thinks.
Well, after what you did today, everybody's scratching their heads.
Which part?
You turn everything upside down. There's art pieces all over the place.
Pretty much.
I thought we were putting,
That was there.
no, I thought we were putting that over here. What happened?
These are Jay's, and that's Amy's.
But that's okay. You can
No.
put that behind me because now what you got is a giant blank wall.
But nobody sees it.
I see it.
This is how things rotate and move around.
I'm
the
going to give you a
studio.
rotate, all right? I see it. I feel
Magic of
emptiness behind
streaming.
me.
Vinny.
Vinny,
Oh, he's over there waving. So Slick and Vinny are going to rehang the studios today.
of course.
I
We
don't get
try our
nothing here.
best.
What do you want?
I wanted that behind me.
What?
It's the magic of
I
television.
I needed a whoopee blanket.
You need a,
Now I feel
you
a
need
draft.
security blanket? It's,
A
a little
draft.
It's very
drafty in
drafty.
here?
I don't
it's,
get you.
It's the fan that's giving the draft, so.
That's the one thing we need here is some fuzzy blankets.
For
Oh,
what
that
blanket?
was
Cool.
tonight.
Bye, buddy. See you later.
I hope you send me all your parts.
I did send them.
It's her
Okay.
brother's birthday today. Where are you going? Happy birthday.
Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
And don't get the cheesecake
Why?
because it ain't good there. Go to Publix. It's cheaper.
Really? From the man who went to prom yesterday
Hold on
for
a
brunch?
second. Hold on a second. Stop putting my stuff in the street.
You told us this morning.
That was this morning. This is this afternoon. You were saying we need more what?
We need blankets, fuzzy blankets.
Fuzzy blankets.
I can't be anywhere without some kind of blanket, except when I'm here. So if we
A
brought 'em in
fuzzy.
here
You walk around with a fuzzy blanket?
at my house,
You ever seen those blankets that have the arms in them?
That's
the
a snuggie.
Yeah.
I had a snuggie.
You don't have one now?
The problem was it wasn't as soft as I like it to be.
Facts.
I like the fuzzy ones,
I know what you're
like a
talking
nice
about,
Sherpa.
Yeah.
You know
Sherpa. The hell is that?
Like a sheep.
No, I don't like
It's the
that.
softest, most plush blankets.
Really?
Love them.
She loves
I
her
have one
plush
for every
blanket.
room.
We should get Brandon Brooklyn Cafe show Sherpa blankets.
That would be so cute.
Sherpa?
Sherpa.
I'm not wearing that.
Hot fuzzy
Gotta be.
blanket.
No, it's a
Don't worry
blanket.
that.
It keeps
We'll
you.
make our own
suffocating in here.
Snuggies. We should make a Snuggie brand with the Sherpa. You guys can make some money. Put
So
Brooklyn
freaking
Cafe
hot in
show on
here.
it.
Can
I
you
tell
imagine?
Last night, I was so cold, and I'm in a blanket, and Chuck says, it's so hot in here. Literally, I was on one side of the couch, and he was on the other. He says, it's hot in here. I go, well, hot what? I'm wrapped in like 2 blankets. What's wrong with you? He says, no, I think it's more what's wrong with you. I know, my temperature regulation, when there's a blanket around,
Yeah.
you just need a blanket. You don't have blankets at your house, like you like wrap yourself in like
No.
warm
No,
I got a
you-
real soft blanket, yes. That I do in the middle of the night. First of all, let me tell you what happens when you hang out on the beach all day and you have a couple of drinks.
And you wear slippers and
No, I was in the beach. I have water shoes. Yeah, I'm inside the water. I'm in the ocean.
water shoes.
Yeah. What do you think? I want to feel that stuff down there?
Yeah.
No way, baby. Not these feet. Water shoes, or I don't go in.
So you
Yeah.
have them with you.
I had them on.
So you had water shoes but no bathing suits. So you were
I had
sort
a-
of a little pregnant.
Excuse me. I had a shirt, I had a bathing suit, and I had my water shoes,
This morning you said you
I
had
had a
bathing
hat,
suit.
and I had glasses.
Okay, so wait.
That's my typical wear.
This morning you had no bathing suit
Time
and
out.
no hat.
That's
You had no bathing
but
suit?
now he seems to have
Scandalous.
Just a shirt and
Water shoes. But he was
shoes.
unprepared for the bathing
Scandalous.
suit.
I had a pair of underwear that looked like a bathing suit.
But you had water shoes.
Yes,
So explain why you had water shoes and no bathing suit.
I had a pair of shorts on.
I've caught him in like 3 lies.
I didn't have a bathing suit. I had shorts on.
Okay. That's
Scandalous.
scary.
This is scandalous.
I had
outing
shorts
right
on.
now.
You never go on the beach with shorts?
I do, yeah.
Right?
You got to. But you gotta have like ultraviolet shorts, like something
Ultraviolet.
like
no, I don't
lime
have
green,
that.
orange.
I don't have flash in the night.
You gotta be pop. You gotta.
No, because the sharks are coming to eat
You gotta
up.
pop. No, I'm not
So-
going in the water. Rip
So
currents.
what happened was I forgot my hat for the beach. I have beach hats. They're like these big umbrella hats. I look like a giant idiot.
Do you look like when you go to your car, like you have a flower on your antenna so you can find it?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You do
don't-
sound a little.
no, I
You
don't.
have a giant hat on, glasses, boat
And-
shoes.
And a white. I had a white. I had
A little bit.
I had the white mask, the vacuum cleaner,
wish
the
I
vacuum
would've
cleaner
seen it.
mask.
I
I had the
wish.
big tampon on my face.
The thick sunscreen over your nose.
No, I don't wear that. But yesterday I forgot because I didn't forget. I didn't know we were going to the beach
So you have
after.
water shoes. So I'm back to how do you have water shoes?
Because I always keep a pair of water shoes in my car. You never know when you need them.
Things
the beach.
Just in case you go to the beach.
You never know when you need them. So I go out of the ocean, and I forgot a hat. So Linda and her daughter were sharing their female hats on my head because I started to burn. The salt water will make you very crispy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it does. Yeah, it tenderizes you.
And when you drink, it makes you even extra crispy.
Thirsty. Yes.
I felt like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours later, and I'm drinking in the water. So you have to jump over the waves to make sure you don't get any water. So I'm underneath the water and all you see is a cup, like that. Funniest thing, the seagulls are flying overhead.
For your drink.
Yeah,
Yeah, with no hair, you really should keep.
I have hair. I have hair. So anyway,
really
so
lather up your head.
so what happens is when you go home and you're like a crispy critter, right? You run into the shower if there's nothing going on in your shower. You run into the shower, you take a shower, you come out, and you're glowing. You look like a red light signal. So I cranked the AC, man, because I'm heating up here. And I'm sweating. And it's 72 degrees in my room. And I'm still sweating. Gotta go take another shower. Cold water. All of that lasts about 10 minutes, and you start sweating again. That's why if you drink in the ocean, be careful because you will.
You need to rehydrate with water. I went and got us all filled up with water, and actually Tracy from Healing Moments was asking for you.
Yeah.
She said she hadn't seen you in a long time. She hasn't seen you on the show in a long time. I said you got to tune in on the days Mia is here.
Yeah.
And she missed you, so I want to relay that message. And
Yeah.
she was asking for you.
I didn't know she was open again. I have to go over there. I want my water. I miss the Kangen water. I love it.
So she changed.
Where'd this water come from?
I don't know where the guys got the water from, but it was very nice that they gave us cups of water. I'm just saying that was very thoughtful.
Pierre, where'd you get this water? What did he say?
He did. Some of the water he brought in,
Water that you brought in gallons.
the gallons.
So it's not alkaline?
It's not alkaline. You can tell the difference.
See
Oh,
that?
yeah.
So she changed our alkalinity number. She raised it up and said she wants to know how we do with it. I'm not quite sure what that means, but
I'm gonna tell you, honey, if you're watching, the first one you gave me, what it did to me was not so good. I gotta tell you, that alkaline stuff goes through you like Brent took Richmond.
it's supposed to clean your body out.
Not
That's
like
a good
this,
thing.
not in the middle of the day.
Cleanses you.
Not when you least expect it. Oh, I gotta run to the bathroom. No. I like things timed. 1 o'clock, 2. I like things timed. Not unannounced. It's horrible.
I think that's just your body, though, and not the water's fault. Maybe you could time it out better.
Mia 101. There you have it.
Just saying.
The nice thing about Mia's internship getting canceled in the spring is that we got to keep her for the summer also.
Yeah,
that
so
was
she could
kinda
talk.
cool.
She could tell me my body's all disorganized.
So she's going to bring some gubba rum over to her. She didn't work this week, and she's going to bring it over this week. Some gubba rum. Let the bar manager try it out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Now I noticed that a lot of things are opening, and more people are becoming more cognizant
Cognizant.
of wearing masks, which I applaud that. So more of that is going on. Even children are wearing masks. They are the cutest things I've ever seen. I went to Walmart. I had 6 of them, and they were all wearing masks. I took pictures. Then the father, give me this. Take pictures of my kids.
they're all wearing masks. And you know what? It's no big deal for them. Other than they're being kids, you got to remind them to wear masks. Oh my gosh, speaking of kids, I saw Brecken floating
Yeah.
with a raft around his neck, not tight, but flotation, in a floating tank. Is that their house?
No, that's some organization or somebody's teaching him to swim.
Is that what that is? I wasn't sure because it said like flotation therapy. I wasn't sure if it was like water therapy. And I was cracking up because as she takes this video of him under the water, you can see him. It looks like he's jogging in the water. It's the cutest thing.
It has a glass side so you can see
It
him.
was kind of like a cross between you and Freddie. Of this little baby like jogging in the water. It was so adorable. I was dying laughing.
When the hell did you see me swimming in a tank?
I did. It was just a vision
What is
I
wrong
had.
with you? Don't have visions. Don't have visions.
I'm
Keep
like,
your
it's hard
visions to
going.
yourself.
I think look at it and think the same thing. Like, here's this little baby. He's what? He was born in June, so 3 months old, almost. That he looks like a grown-up
He doesn't
already.
look like his brother at all. They had like 2 different children.
Well, they are.
I know, but you know what I mean. Sometimes
well,
you look,
Gio and Freddie.
yeah, milkman and the postman.
I was gonna say, do they? I won't even get in there. Same father,
I don't know. I gotta ask. DNA. Gotta bring up the
mother,
DNA.
yes, father. Well, Gio looks just like your dad, so
And Freddie looks like his mother.
So-
You ever notice that none of my kids look like me?
they look nothing like
The
you.
hell's going on with that?
They look nothing
I gotta get a
like-
blanket.
Both of my kids look like me.
Yes, they do. I gotta tell you something. Your kids look like you and Chuck. There's a lot of Chuck on above the eyes. There's a lot of Chuck, like the here and the here. But your daughter and your son look a lot alike.
So last night, my son gets this letter at 11:15 about his bar, right? So we're texting as we go to sleep. Next thing I know, the phone rings. Now I'm sound asleep. Now it's 11:45. I didn't realize he and Chuck were texting for the hour. I was wondering why I wasn't able to sleep. The phone rings, so I get up. Ever get up and you don't know where the noise is coming from? And I do, old school, have a landline in my house for the alarm system. So I pick up my cell phone, like, hello? And there's nothing there, right? Because the cell phone doesn't ring. So then I'm trying to find the phone and everything. Oh, Mom, search your love. I woke you. I'm so sorry I woke you to go back to sleep. How do you go back to sleep? Eventually I did.
I'm totally lost on
And
this
I woke
story.
up to 20. When your kids call you in the middle of the night,
I don't answer.
you don't answer? What's wrong? I bet.
Nothing good ever happens
My
after
mom
11
gets so
o'clock.
mad if I do that for the same thing. She's like, "Now I can't go back to sleep for 3 hours. Thank you."
My son calls me at 6 in the morning now, because he knows I'm not going to answer at night. So anything that happened that night, he calls me at 6 in the morning. We've had incidents at 6
I
in the
always
morning.
answer.
So Gio calls me yesterday. Must have been 5 or 6. He says, so I had a $1 million meeting with my boss, and I was drunk. I said, were you proud of yourself? Yeah, we closed it. I said, wow. Can you imagine what you could do sober?
Can you imagine? I figured it was Freddie who had the meeting, and I thought, wow, look at all
It was
that commission
Gio.
he's getting.
It was Giovanni who did it for his business. Wow. Have you ever had a meeting and you've been a little inebriated and nobody knows? Inebriated, drunk.
No, not at all.
You never had a meeting with anybody or done an interview or go to class? Class.
Not at all. I had to
You
stay
went high to
focused.
class? Drunk? Lots of times. Brave man. You ever got high to class? Little drunk?
I gotta stay
Ever.
focused.
Maybe, yeah, whatever. Maybe a little hungover?
Not at all.
Hungover. a lot
Hungover.
of the time.
She's like, I go over a lot.
What do you take for a hangover? What is the secret formula for a hangover?
Bacon.
Really?
Bacon.
Bacon.
It's greasy, and every time I'm hungover, I want bacon. In a Bloody Mary, preferably.
Bloody Mary, yes.
A Bloody Mary for a hangover?
with bacon in it.
Does it really take away the hangover with the Bloody Mary, or it's just psychosomatic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's because obviously because you're drinking, so then you're not going to be hungover anymore because you have a buzz going. But Bloody Marys are also the only thing I could drink when I'm hungover
Looking
because
like a bartender.
it's just
keep
calming.
drinking.
Is that what a bartender usually drinks? Is a Bloody Mary the day after?
No, only the day after.
I think it's the salt.
Yeah, the salt. Anything salty helps, they say. And I got
Really?
into those in New Orleans. New Orleans makes the best Bloody Marys ever.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
I gotta go all the way to New Orleans to get a Bloody Mary?
No, you can have it here. It's just not as good.
How'd you make good Bloody Marys?
Yeah, I make really good ones. I love those. We do it on Saturday and Sundays at my job. We do we did before the pandemic. We do a build your own Bloody Mary bar. And I used to love going in on Sundays when I didn't work Sunday, and I'd make myself a really fancy one with like a bunch of meats in it and fancy rims and all kinds of spices.
They put like sandwiches
Meats.
on the top, right?
Yeah, some places will do like little sliders on them. When you're in New Orleans, they come with crawfish in them. Pretty cool. It's like a meal and a drink.
It looks all in on the crawfish.
He's like, that's
No, I don't like
I
my
can't
food looking
stand
at me, but
crawfish.
it sounded good though. I don't
wonder
like
how
I don't
grilled
like
cheese and a
crawfish
Bloody
to be
Mary would
honest.
be. Is it like tomato soup and a Bloody Mary? Like
That
grilled cheese
actually-
and a Bloody Mary?
That's
I feel
disgusting.
like that would mix really
I
well.
think it'd be really
It's a
good.
food
I
and a
hate, you know what I don't
drink,
like in
best
the
of
Bloody
both.
Mary? I don't like tomato juice.
I don't like tomato.
It's just the whole
So
thing.
you just want vodka.
I don't even like the way it
I used
smells.
to love tomato juice as a kid. Never orange. I used to drink tomato
Stop,
juice
you're gonna make me barf.
That's so funny.
all
The
the time.
smell of tomato juice is the most hideous thing that God has ever
You
created.
know why I know you don't like it?
Ooh.
And I know why you don't like it.
Mm.
Because when you have a skunk, that's what you use to get rid of the smell of a skunk.
Why? I got hit with a skunk?
I think maybe in Puerto Rico there were skunks. And when the skunks let off their odor, the tomato juice is
Yo, what the hell is in this water? What is wrong with you? No, that never happened to me.
Really?
No.
That's what I'm thinking. Ever
Uh,
see a skunk?
Yeah, I've seen
Did it
skunks.
ever release its scent?
Not around me, it didn't.
It's a good thing.
But it has. You ever drive through a certain way, the skunk in the air? Yes. But that's not, I just don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way tomato juice smells. And they must be delicious because when they're rich, really rich, like V8,
They are.
yuck. You know what I take for a hangover?
What? Another drink.
You take a beer. You put the beer in the fridge. You get up, 20 minutes before you're going to drink the beer, you put it in the freezer. That's solid cold beer. And you shotgun it. You open the bottom, open the tab, and you drink that cold beer. I'm going to tell you something. Freddie 101 will take away your hangover. I don't know why, but I was taught that trick.
Well, your theory is like me, is just keep drinking.
But it has to be
Yeah.
cold. Warm beer, it won't work. Warm
It
beer will
really
give you a
is
worse
just
headache.
drink one drink and then you're golden for the rest of the day or for a couple hours. Then you need one more.
You know, I used to get up at 3 in the morning to take a shot of tequila and then take my blood work. My sugars would drop. But I said to the doctor, I'm going to become an alcoholic getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning because of the dawn thing. It happens at 6.
Dawn phenomenon,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Why does the tequila makes your blood sugar spike or it drops?
drop like a rock
Why?
because it works the enzymes in your liver. And when you're taking it at 3 in the morning, your body's supposed to be cleansed and ready to go. And when you introduce that, another thing you could do is you can have 15 ounces of water. No, 10 ounces of water. You drink it and you walk for 15 minutes, and that will drop your blood sugar as well. That's a proven fact from Coach.
Leslie Harrington.
And she showed me that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And here I am, not eating this, not eating that, and looking at all the good stuff.
She's like, just water and walking.
That's
Simple
weird.
things.
Yeah, that sounds easy.
Water and exercise. Let's take a commercial break. Who's doing our segments, Lex?
Oh, I am going to be up first in
Dignity Memorial. All right.
All right, Dignity Memorial, guys. This is Slick. Tune into this segment has been brought to you by Dignity Memorial, and Dignity Memorial is now hosting online for free meetings and also free scatterings. You can save up to 30% with Dignity Memorial, so lock in your prices today and stay tuned for some more Brooklyn Cafe TV show.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
I look very snazzy right now. What do I have to say, guys?
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I know that one.
It takes me back to college.
I want to know.
1985?
I want to know something. Thank you for joining us. I want to know something. Who set up the dog in front of us?
Here.
Why is it that I always get stuck with the back end of the dog? Really?
The dog days of summer.
You don't have to
I don't
look at
mind
the
the
back
dog,
end of the
but-
dog. You don't have to look at the
It's
back
the
end of the
dog.
dog.
I'm not looking at it. It's looking at me.
It's
Hey,
the dog. His
it's-
name is, I forgot his name.
Bartholomew.
Something Dean. Kelsey, do you remember his name? Walter Dean, I think it is.
I got to tell you, it's a male dog. I can tell you that. Because it's looking right at me.
Bartholomew.
That is really. Can we get a pamper?
To Teddy Unscripted.
Get a pamper?
Can we put a mask on this
He's
dog?
actually for sale, Walter Dean.
Can we put a mask on him?
We should put a mask on him.
I think no.
I think it'd be hilarious. Can we put a mask on either end? Just saying.
We can, but don't look at it. I mean, you'll be fine.
I'm not. It's looking at me.
Hello.
Do you know who that is?
I do. It's DJ Blanket. Did you know she was coming?
Yes, I did.
DJ Blanket.
But
in
she
the
was
house.
coming last week too.
You
Last
look
week and this.
terrific.
How are you, Smiley?
We went to high school together too, right? You went to Terravella. Yeah. Yes. I've seen you in some of the videos, like the commercials we have here, and I'm always like, I know her.
Slick, give DJ that chair so we can find out what she's doing. That's Slick. That's a gentleman thing to do. Don't wow me. You should say absolutely. But stay close. Where you going? Yeah. I'm not kicking you off. I'm moving you over. Same, big difference. So DJ is in the house, and she told me she was coming last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Typical. And I said, whenever you show up. And you finished, you graduated. Yeah. And now you're in, and you're down south. Where do you live, in Pembroke?
Just take that mic.
Coral Springs. So weird. I hate these masks, but it's okay.
DJ Blanket's back in the house. We play that commercial you did all the time. Amp it up.
And it's funny because there's a few voiceovers and stuff, and I figured I'd throw one stone and hit 15 rocks or whatever it's saying.
You always do.
And I said, well, come on down and do some stuff because you're not working. You're looking for work, right?
Yeah, so I'm starting Wednesday to work with kids to like help with virtual school and stuff. So,
oh, really? What are you going to be doing?
I'm working with like 2 families and going to their house and like monitoring and helping with homework questions or anything. So.
Oh, so you're going to be helping kids virtually that are going to be on TV? Are you going to be sitting where the parents go to work, or you're going to be...
Yeah, I think the moms are going to be home or something, and we're all going to be like facilitating because no one really knows what's going on with the virtual school situation. So.
What school is it? Broward County? Well, they don't go back, or they start. Broward County starts this week.
Yeah, I think you have the option of going or not, or
Broward County's
it's virtual.
online, but I didn't realize that they start this week. Wow.
Yeah.
That's right, because Coral Springs is Broward County.
Yeah, don't they start on...
County is the 31st.
Don't they
Broward
start
County's
on the
starting
24th?
On the 19th. You're right.
The 19th, yeah.
The 19th, which is Wednesday.
You know, it's funny that you're doing that because we talked about, since the kids are out of school, college kids, graduated, that would be a good thing for them to sit while the parents go to work.
It's perfect.
It's like an 8 to 4 job, a 9 to 5, whatever the damn thing is. The only thing is, can you control children for 8 hours? Because I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, some people are only looking for like 3 to 4 or like 8 to 4, like you said, but I'm doing 8 to 1.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
I hope so.
That's actually smart.
We are, so.
Yeah. A ton of families are looking.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was with a friend this weekend who is a single mom, and she works full time, and she's so stressed because she doesn't know what she's going to do. So maybe I'll give her your number. She lives in Coral Springs, so she's looking for someone to do the teaching.
How long would you do it? Only 1 day a week, 2 days a week?
5.
Oh, you're gonna do it all every day? Oh, from 8 to 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's an interesting move.
Yeah.
Gio takes Joey to daycare. Oh, it never stopped during the pandemic. I thought he was nuts.
Is daycare at work?
It's open, and they will not be closed down because people have to work. You know, I don't get it. Why is it in Tampa that they can do that but nowhere else?
Probably their numbers aren't as bad as ours.
Since March, he's been taking Joey there.
Our numbers have been bad all along, but that's awesome. It's
I'm
nice
excited.
to see you. It's so great to have you back. I can't believe you guys went to high school together. Me, you never said anything.
Oh, I told Teddy, because I would always see you on the commercials, yeah.
I didn't realize you went to Taravella.
Yeah, grew up in Coral Springs.
Yeah, she actually produced that and a few other spots that you did as well. Good voiceover stuff. Now, what I
missed it all.
What I
Like
wanted to
being on
do
radio.
is exactly what you're doing. I wanted to put 3 TV screens here, each one, I guess, for a different class, and have children. The problem is you can't have the children.
No, you cannot.
You got to keep it virtual.
But you know what I saw over the weekend? I don't know what state this family was in. They've created their own bubble. And they
Yeah,
call
a
it
lot
the
of people
bubble.
are doing that too, yeah.
And a couple families get together, and you have the conversation of, this is our bubble.
Right.
And we need to respect each other and not go here and not go there and keep everyone safe. And those kids become you end up raising a lot of kids together,
Right.
but that becomes their bubble and their schooling and their friends and the parents' friends, and it's kind of cool.
That's a good idea.
How many people in a bubble?
It depends. Like these were 3 neighbors, and they each have like 2 or 3 kids. So you've got 3 moms, 3 dads.
It could be 10 kids.
But if those 10 kids all play with each other and they go to school together, then they get social interaction. The parents can alternate on who's doing the schooling. Other parents go to work. You share days, and you know this is your responsibility. It's like we do to protect our 10 here. You protect those 10, and you hope everyone just.
So you're going to put high schoolers in bubbles?
Well, no. These kids are all the same age. They're all like in elementary school. Your friends.
You get away with that to the 8th grade.
Okay. Well, that's a big chunk of kids.
And I'm going to tell you something. I never went to the 8th grade. I went from 7 to 9. If I had to go to the 8th grade, I would tell my parents, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I is not going. Get me a bubble, put me in a Cabbage Patch doll. I don't care what you do to me. I was thinking, if we had these little bubbles made and we pump AC into them, I gotta keep the kids away.
Did you see that there's a meme going around of Dr. Fauci? It looks like it's a jib jab thing, but he's a meme going around. He's got like a tent on top of him, like a really one-person pop-up tent, and the back of it says CDC. And he's walking around, and he walks in the rain. He doesn't get wet. He walks outside. Anyone can come around him. It's this one-person pop-up tent. So he's like a walking bubble. It's hilarious.
It's not
They
a
have
bad
him, like,
idea.
dancing through
Well,
it.
what's
It's
wrong with
so
that?
funny.
Yeah.
You know, when you go scuba diving in the old days, you used to put that big metal thing on your head,
Yeah.
right?
Astronaut thing.
Yeah, that thing weighs almost 200 pounds. But I'm talking about if you make it out of plastic or something else, and you have to pump air into it, then you can have as many kids as you want, and they're bubblish.
But that's what they're doing, and that's in the homeschool Space of Mind, where Chelsea's working now. They have exploded with opportunity and with kids doing these pods. So if you don't want the full private school, if you can't afford it,
Okay, but how many kids go there?
I think they can hold up to 80. But now they have these separate pods, so now they're renting space separately. So like what you're doing, so they can go to a place and rent a room, and
One
there's a
room.
facilitator. And these kids go and they do their schooling, and it's a lot less money. You can either use your current school's curriculum, or for an added price, you can use their curriculum. And they supply the coach. So maybe there's 5 kids in a pod, but these kids are always together. These are like best friends, and they stay together so the parents can go to work.
So we get everything out of that room, everything out of that room, everything here. You got 5 rooms.
Actually, these cooperative workspaces, I saw a thing yesterday on the news where you can rent, like at the library, you can rent a room, you can rent a
I saw
cooperative
that.
space.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you can do that also.
I had that at NYU. We had an office, a cooperative space. But I don't want to tell you what we did there because it was very illegal.
I can tell you that things are going to change. These are opportunities for other businesses that maybe smaller businesses went out because they couldn't stay in their cooperative space, but now you can sort, I don't like that pivot word, you can shift it and bring in kids in schools and coaches, because now you see, Lisa, this is an opportunity probably you never thought you were going to have.
No, exactly. I'm glad it came up. My cousin mentioned it because she's a teacher. Because I'm not, like, I wasn't making money, and the job search is obviously really hard. So, in the meantime, this is some extra cash.
So 8 to 1.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And tell us about school.
Well, school is done
You graduated when?
in May.
From the University of Florida.
Yeah, quote unquote graduated.
Yeah, what was that all like?
It was terrible. But my roommates and I, we made the most of it. We stayed the last month because a lot of people went home, but we were seniors and we were like, we might as well just stay, live it up. So we made theme nights every couple nights in our own apartment because we were all together. So we dressed up and drank and just kind of made the most of it.
And had fun.
Even though we didn't get to walk.
What kind of
but
themes
house
can you
party.
do like that? I'm
What?
curious. What kind of themes?
What did we do? Well, we had formal because we were supposed to have formal for our sorority, and that didn't work out. We did a Hawaiian night. I don't know. I'd have to look at the calendar. We wrote it all down. It was a while ago.
That's like what you do every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Character day we did.
Yeah. I've been having a lot of house parties with my friend where I bring my disco ball and we just dance in the living room.
You bring a disco ball.
I have a disco ball and a strobe light. And I'm bartending, so it's almost like you get to go out.
Is it portable?
Yeah.
Oh, can you bring it on Friday?
Yeah.
A
I'll
disco
bring it.
ball.
Disco Friday. Friday happens to be
It's a little
National
quirky,
Radio
but-
Day, so that could be kind of fun. We should
Yeah.
do a theme party for National Radio Day.
Yes.
A disco ball.
You should get DJ Stevo, that's his name.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should get DJ Stevo to come have a little party.
DJ
With Bloody
Stevo.
Marys.
Ugh.
Oh
What
yeah,
can we
Bloody
drink?
Marys.
We got to think about what we can drink. Because always, what would Friday and Gubba Rum Day be without?
We have to do back to
Classic.
school day.
Kids don't drink.
In college they do.
Oh, yeah.
A back to school arita.
Yeah, I'm trying
back
to think
to
what's
school
the
arena.
college drink, vodka Red Bulls. I'll get
Oh yes,
backed
that's
out
the
of
college.
vodka
Yeah,
Red Bull.
Tito's and the red.
Really? Is
Vodka
that a
cran.
thing?
Vodka cran.
Yep. I remember those. I didn't do them, but
I'm a
people
big
did. My
fan of
kids
White
did.
Claws now.
Oh, that's
I
true. That's
just-
probably the
that's,
college
my
drink
thing.
of choice.
White Claw.
White
Yeah.
Claws.
That's what I had all day yesterday
Yeah.
for 12 of them.
They're good.
First of all, they have no
How's your
liquor.
stomach feel? She's
They
making
do,
me a
they
little
do.
queasy. I
They
gotta
don't
tell you.
have any
You a little
liquor.
queasy?
No. I'm queasy. You talk about
Tomato juice?
tomato juice. But I had White Claw. I had a bunch. I had like 12 or 6 of them, and they don't have any. They don't have anything in them.
Oh, I would be. You don't even know where I would be after 12 points.
Yeah.
But they don't have any liquor in
That's
them.
not true.
There's still alcohol.
It's about this
What did you
much.
drink?
8% or something?
They're strong.
think
They're
it's fine.
5% each, which is like stronger than a Bud Light.
Wow. I have to put a little something into that claw. That claw's a little plain.
Remember from Toy Story, the claw?
That wasn't Toy Story.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Thank you very much.
No, the claw was.
They're shaking their head.
The
yes.
claw was
The chosen one.
Absolute Liar with
The chosen one. That's
Liar
right.
Liar. The claw. That was absolute. That was Liar
You got the
Liar.
guy claw. I got the girl claw. It's Toy Story.
There's
You
a
know-
girl claw.
You know when you put the money in the machine and you kind of move the joystick around? Why it's called joystick is a whole nother story. And it goes down and it gets that toy, and it's never the toy you want. It's a toy that decides to pop up and go. How many times did you lose money for the boys and you never got the right toy?
I never put money in anybody's joystick. I never played that. Sorry. Hard pass.
You guys
Hard
never got
pass.
the right toy?
I feel like I have like once, and that's it.
Right? Like once, it's like you just never get, and you think you got it. It's like the shell game in New York, and you always know where it is, and you never know where it is.
Did that too.
It's like the toy. You just never get that right toy.
I used to
How
love
many?
those.
How many times did you put money in, play with the joystick to try to get that for your
Always.
kids? Really? You are soft, boy. I tell
Always.
you.
I know. I'm the person at the checkout line
Meanwhile-
at the grocery store that gets the things in the basket. Oh, it's 2 for 1. What a great deal.
Meanwhile, you
Candy as I check out, yeah.
you go to the dollar store for $1, you pick up a stuffed animal. Well, why do you guys spend $20?
I gotta tell
I
you,
spent $100 one day because my kid needed this stupid thing, and I gave it to him. And then I went to the dollar store. They had it there for $1.
I got to tell you what our dollar store has. It would be a great show segment because you could literally, Jen G and I used to talk about if we could actually do a day shopping there or a sleepover there. They got
Ouch.
everything. You okay?
Yeah, I just dropped the mic. We're good.
She
Mic
dropped the
drop.
mic.
Kelsey, your ears okay in there?
Kelsey's like this.
Ow.
Sorry.
get a
But
lot
White Claw, yeah, that's like the new face, but it doesn't have any booze in it. It's nice. You burp a lot. Sir, burp a lot.
That's good.
Now, I have decided that when I go to the beach, I am no longer taking cans with me into the water because my arm hurts. You know, it is like this sometimes. So I've come up with a new gizmo. First of all, I'm going to take a 64-ounce bottle, and I'm going to put all the claw in there. And then I'm going to put the booze in there because they got no booze, and a little bit of cranberry juice.
I got a better idea for you.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Then I'm going to take it, I'm going to shake it up, put it in the fridge overnight, freeze it for 20 minutes, and then I have a hard hat with the straw.
That's what you need.
That's what I got.
That's exactly what
And I'm going to strap that bad boy on with my mask on my face, and I'm going into the
And
water.
then your head's covered. You don't have to worry about not having a hat. You can easily drink. Your arms should not get too tired from exercise because we know you don't want to exert too much effort.
Too much effort.
And then you got the best of both.
Not too much effort. But think about
Best
that.
of both
Now, I
worlds.
know for a woman that's not sexy looking, so maybe you have to put a bonnet or something over it.
A bonnet or like a shower cap.
Like a shower cap.
I was thinking the camel pack, the backpack that's supposed to be for water for people that work out. You could just act like you work out.
Is
and
it
have
waterproof?
White Claw in there.
I work out. What do you think? It's easy? I think it's easy having that booze. Do they have a waterproof backpack?
A camel pack.
I have one at home. I don't think it's waterproof. But
Well, that wouldn't work.
I
And
think
the other
maybe
thing, let me tell you, if you have a waterproof backpack, do not open it in the ocean. Mm-mm. Everything inside gets wet.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
so
All right,
it's
we're
like-
going to go to commercial break. Thank our sponsors. We're going to send this over to Mia, and you must call
Yes.
Tracy because she has been asking for you.
Yeah, so I love Healing Moments. So this segment is brought to you by Healing Moments. That is a luxurious wellness boutique. It is located in Boca Raton. Tracy McDonough owns it. She does lots of different kind of therapy, such as physical, mental, relieving all your stress. She does a lot of pre and post surgery treatment, massage therapy, and meditation. So you can call Tracy McDonough at 561-931-2187 to set up your appointment and start feeling rejuvenated.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break. Thank our sponsors. We're going to send this over to Mia, and you must call Tracy because she has been asking for you.
Thank our sponsors. We're going to send this over to Mia, and you must call Tracy because she has been asking for you.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
We are on fire. So let's spread your business like a wildfire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we ignite.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I know that song, Inspiration.
Inspiration. And behind you got Inspire, is all I can tell you.
A lot of inspiring stuff.
Ever look at the word impossible? I know you guys have all heard this. The word? Impossible.
No.
It's really, oh, you're not a spelling buff. But if you were a spelling buff and you looked at the word impossible,
Let me see.
it
I
really
am
says,
possible.
I'm possible.
I am possible.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Possible. Anything is possible. I'm possible.
So where do we get impossible from?
Someone probably just read it the wrong way and kind of messed up everything and put us in a negative connotation. Instead of I'm possible, they go impossible, and it really should be as I'm possible. It's all a matter of perspective.
So if I say I am silly, it means I'm serious.
There you, or you just got to look at the spelling. There's probably a lot of words like that. You can, what do they say? There's no I in team, but there's a me. Just saying. Ever look at words like that? Do you
No.
remember my
I
Dawn
do
necklace?
not.
The first time someone said to me, if you word
I remember
scramble my
that.
name Dawn,
I
it
remember
actually
that.
can spell wand. And this was like this aha boom
And
moment.
it really, it threw Dawn into this whole thing of words.
Yes.
Talking to your mic. I don't do that with words because I don't know many words.
You know a lot of words. Just don't think about it in a fresh perspective.
I make up words because I can't think of the word to suit what I need.
That's okay. That's why we're going to have the whole Freddie kind of dictionary. And get going with that. But Lisa, I've had this great idea. We launched a kids television network. And it airs Saturday mornings. And maybe now that you're working with kids, maybe we can do, I don't know what, we'll create another show that we can do.
Okay.
We're going to be working with WSOM. I'm excited. I didn't even tell you.
I have no idea what that is.
WSOM is Space of Minds radio channel that we are going to be working with.
I don't. Who are they?
Space of Mind. the
Oh, they're
school.
doing WSOM?
They have WSOM, and they're just trying to launch it, and they're trying to get more visibility and all of that. So
Interesting. WSOM.
WSOM, Space of Mind.
I got it.
How you like that?
That's kind of cute.
So I kind of got that kind of infomercial on that one over the weekend. So I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out.
So, I'm excited to announce that Dawn was talking about that you should be able to do a pitch, a one-line pitch for yourself. And once you do that, that establishes your, I guess, the legs to whatever you want to create in business. So Dawn is going to let us all know about her one-line pitch.
I think we should do a whole project on it.
No, I think we should hear yours. I think we should all hear your one-line pitch because, you're good at this business and we'd like to hear it.
What does Ant Media? Actually, I did it for New Dawn Media.
Okay.
But New Dawn Media is
There's nothing wrong with it.
Of Ant Media Productions because you have
New
to
Dawn
be
Media
who
is
you are.
fine.
So no, I'm just saying that's how I did it.
But
I
what
think
was
it'd
the
be a
one
nice-
pitch you used?
You really want to hear my pitch?
Yeah, I've only asked you now 3 hours.
New Dawn Media, Amp Media Productions, we create platforms to amplify your impact for businesses and entrepreneurs to help your voice and your message be heard on various platforms.
And all of that was difficult to say this morning.
So that's how you wanted my whole pitch.
You said it was one line.
Well, you can do the one-line pitch, but that is what we've actually been doing. I'm going to talk to our website creator about a form, a submission form, because people are emailing me and texting me, where do they submit their pitches to for the opportunity to be interviewed on our show? Other than our email, which I got a lot in over the weekend, they want a submission form. So we're going to be adding that. I want to add it to our MobiPop, and I want to add it to our website so people actually have a submission form where they can send their pitch and their talking points, because it's a whole lot easier if we know your talking points than to try and figure out what you do based on a pitch. And then the scheduling department can put it through and we can figure out where it all goes.
It's interesting because Lenny does a music therapy show on Wednesdays that we put together. And he plays the piano. And last week we talked about how these songs that he picked influenced the culture at the time. Except he kept hitting these sad songs, man, about people dying in plane crashes, like the guy from La Bamba, all those. He hit all those songs. But I wanted to ask, because I think it's important, if you had one sentence that was your pitch, okay, you're a college grad now, and you've been a college grad now, can you come up off the cuff with a one sentence to describe your pitch? Can you come up with a line and say, hey, I'm Lenny, and this is what I do. Can you do it? Can you come up with it?
We analyze songs and enjoy music that benefits your health on music therapy.
Nice.
That's interesting.
It's short, really short.
But short is okay. The shorter sometimes the better because you sort of memorize it. Can you come up with a one-line pitch as to who you are?
I have trouble with that.
What was your major? Communications? I remember we used to call Lisa DJ because she used to do the DJ in school, right? When you graduated, did you stop doing that for the last couple of months?
Unfortunately.
They shut it down? But you were the only
Well,
one.
'cause yeah, I mean, it's not shut down, but like I don't go to school there anymore, so I'm not a part of it.
No, when you were there, I'm saying the
Did
last
they
few
shut
months.
it down your last semester?
Oh yeah, well the last month they
The
shut
last
it
month, okay.
in like April. I think it was like kind of down, or they were trying to figure out what to do, and it was just a mess.
But you did some nice work there for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
On the radio, on the school radio.
Yep.
Did they ever do video with you?
I think we tried at one point, but it never really like launched. It was a pretty new platform, so I don't know. Like it started in 2016.
So would you consider what you did in school a podcast?
They had like a part of it that was a podcast that you could like join that part. So I think some kids did podcasting, or it was still like newer. But what I did wasn't really podcasting. It was more like talking between the songs.
And the DJ.
Yeah.
Now,
She was a DJ.
she was a DJ. I wanted to ask the question because a lot of people now are getting into the podcasts.
Yeah, I like want to get into that because everyone's already getting into it.
But the funny thing is, if you think about it, you've been doing it as a DJ.
Yeah.
You've been podcasting.
Right.
Because if you play music,
Right.
could still be a podcast. The only thing is that a lot of people don't use music platforms unless you're going to have music therapy as a podcast. Is that correct?
I don't know if that's really a podcast. I think a music therapy would be radio music. A podcast, I think, is something that you're really talking through. Kind of like what you and Les used to do. It was like the perfect podcast.
Yeah, to me, a podcast is more like talking for like at least 20 minutes about something, and then having like episodes on it.
You look confused, Slick.
So,
Are you okay?
so if you have a subject matter you can talk to for 20 minutes, and would you add anything to it to make it a podcast? Would you add? I'm trying to. The reason I'm asking is because people have asked me, what is the difference between what we do and a podcast?
I think yours is a podcast on video.
Right, and I can turn it into a podcast and put it on a podcast platform. That's what we do with our podcast channel now.
Yeah.
But my son says, no, you're doing it incorrectly. I still don't understand Gio's language because he's from another
I sent
planet.
him a thing of streaming, and he actually, that's when I was in my exhausted state yesterday, and I said, what about this platform? He looks at it, he says, you want this? And I re-looked at it, I went, no, we don't want that. But
I still don't understand why.
because that isn't anything that we talk about.
What do you mean?
Yeah, thank you. What do you mean?
Different platforms. There are different streaming platforms and different places that you can put your podcast that may not be. I'm a big proponent, and you disagree with me on this, I know, that where you place your show, whether it be your podcast, your TV show, your video show, should be in alignment with your mission and your brand of who you are. So
That means that if I'm going to talk about children, I'm not allowed to be on anything but children's platform?
no, but I wouldn't put a children's network or a children's show on a political streaming site. As a streaming site, as a platform. Now, if you were always talking about politics, whether you're on the right or the left or center, but it's a political show and you just happen to be talking about kids, then all day long.
Okay, so riddle me this, Batman. If you're enhancing the programming, that tops the network. A network airs everything.
But where does it air?
It airs it on a channel.
That's the question, is the channel. There's a lot of
NBC airs political shows and children's shows. They do both. They don't tell you, now the time of day might be
time of day,
different.
right.
Maybe the delivery time, then I'll agree with you. But I think you can put children on a channel at Saturday at 9 o'clock, and that same channel at 7 o'clock at night, you can have politics. I don't see where the imbalance is. The problem I have is that people think that the shows become the network. So now you have a hot show, Seinfeld, right? Seinfeld is an NBC. NBC has Seinfeld. It's the other way
They're
around.
in alignment with NBC.
They're not in alignment. NBC has been around for 100 years.
If NBC didn't like the content, if there were some
They canned the show.
racially right,
They canned the
wouldn't
show.
carry it on their network.
But if NBC decided not to pay Seinfeld, which happened, and Seinfeld went on strike, which has happened, NBC says, see ya. Because Seinfeld cannot be bigger than the game, cannot be bigger than the channel. So if you're going to have the children's kids playing on a channel, there's nothing wrong with having politics. It's the time of day that you deliver
But
it.
I wouldn't put Kids and Capes on a conservative
Why?
political streaming network.
Well, then I'm confused. I'm confused
That's
because
just my opinion. It's
and
open
no,
for
but this
conversation.
no, I'm just confused because if you're only going to put a children's television network,
Ask our executive producer, and he
Sure.
said to me, he said, you want this platform for your show? Like, that didn't even make sense to him. That was just talking about our show.
you're talking about Gio.
Yes.
Nothing makes sense to Gio.
I kind of understand Gio's mind, though. Although, wait till you guys see the videos he's created for you to understand audio. He goes, hi, it's Gio here, which I love his whole intro. It's like looking at a YouTube, and he created, Slick's looking, you haven't seen it. He created 2 videos for you guys. One is he drew it out on understanding the master versus the A versus the B and what constitutes this. And then as you get through level 1, it's like a tree of life. And then you go down to level 2. And now once you understand the computer, he says, and then it breaks off into branches, and you've got this, and this branch has this. and this branch has this. And then he brings it all the way around, and that's video 1. And then you got video 2 that says, if you did not understand video 1, this is Gio here, let me walk you through it this way. And he sets open an open platform, and he starts adding things to it. It's just in case you didn't understand video 1. And at that point, I got a little queasy. I'm like, oh, I don't understand any of this, and I went to sleep.
If you
Did
listen,
that make sense to you?
no. If you can listen to Gio's video for 15 minutes, and you can find the button that says master, I will give you $20.
We have to give them the videos. I should post it in the WhatsApp.
But you can't help them because they're supposed to see this and understand it. I know what master means. I know what he's talking about, the master button. I get it. I learned it. Not that I knew it. You're going to say, what the hell is he talking about? Because it doesn't describe where it is. You see, let me tell you a deep dark secret. When I started AMP many years ago, and I went to Gio and says, I'm putting it on AM radio. It wasn't even FM, it was just AM. He said to me, why? You don't do that. You don't even do radio. I says, I didn't know how to walk either. I learned that. AM was dying in the day when I started this. It was going this way, like a rock. Then people started to do live radio, talk radio, and it went this way. And we survived, and we did real well. So there's nothing wrong with having, you gotta have the right kids platform on these.
That was just an example. So Faith James wants to know, what's the nothing that we're talking about today?
You're looking at it. More nothing you want.
She goes, what nothing are we talking about today?
You know, Faith, it's really interesting you bring that up. Do you have a one-line pitch? I'd like to hear it. So why don't you call in? What's the number?
888-994-4995, Studio A, or we can give it, or you can write it in.
Or write it in either. I like to read. I like the delivery.
That's exactly what I like.
And it's funny because we've been doing this close to 5 years now. And Dawn and her daughter one day decided that we were going to bring in some kids from colleges for school credit and everything else. And we had a whole gang of kids come to this program, trying to teach them the ins and outs. We weren't too successful all the time, as you can tell, DJ. Trying to explain to them.
Back, so I think that's success in itself.
Well, because
I think that's a whole nother question. What is ROI? Is ROI always money?
ROI.
Is your ROI always financial gain?
Wow, you're deep today.
Or can it be
Faith, this is a whole deep nothing.
Or can it be an emotional IQ? Can it be happiness? Like, is ROI, does it always have to be financial?
No, it does not. You could be shy. Like we have some kids that come in here and they're very shy.
Do you ask them what ROI is? I didn't think so.
Return on your investment.
Right.
So if you put in $1, how much you're going to make from that dollar? You put a commercial in, right? You're the DJ. You're the hottest DJ in Florida. You think you'll make money? You're going to make money because people want you to say, hi, I use Burl cream. Remember that?
Burl cream?
Yeah.
For your afro?
Yeah. I don't have hair, but I put it on my scalp. But the ROI is sometimes a kid comes in here and you want to be in communications and you're very shy. I remember when I first met Slick, I was going to call him Mumbles. You know how he talks? I said, Dawn, is he speaking? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, tell me. Because what? Wait, because what?
Because, like, sometimes the thought is not done yet, and for some reason my mouth, like, closes. The
thought is not done yet.
The thought's not done yet, but
where is it on the head? So I could
no, it's already coming out. It's just like, it just happens. Distortion, that's about it.
Now, I got to tell you.
Lisa's like me, and Val. They're always laughing. They're always happy.
When you're around Lisa, she's going to give you a false sense of you're the man because she laughs at everything and anything that anybody says. We're having an earthquake, and there you have it.
She's like, Val, look.
The birds took a crap on me, and there you have it. There you have it. So she gives you a false sense of security. So we started to use it. So we used to say, okay, let Lisa listen to your speech, and she would laugh, find that funny, and then you came away feeling like
$1 million.
$1 million.
She builds your ego up, huh?
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It's a great thing.
I'm just saying there's no ROI there. you got to learn how to communicate. Communicate.
And it is a great thing.
You know how to communicate.
So part of my pitch, I talked about ROI, and I had to take it out because I couldn't find the right word to explain that your ROI have to be financial. There was no way to do that in a one line. I can do that in my bigger pitch, but not in my one line media pitch or your one line elevator pitch.
Well, you don't sell yourself to people because you have an ROI intention, do you?
So we're talking about businesses, not me, but a business.
I am a business. I went to a restaurant
What's
yesterday.
your pitch, by the way?
I don't know. I don't have one. I change it.
He goes, call me, and I'm going to have my partner talk to you.
And it works.
Because you know what? He sends these texts at me. You can't say that to people like that. They're going to think you're kind of weird.
And what happens?
Now that he adds me, to the conversation. You meet my partner, Dawn, and then I get on the phone and they say, who's this? Because they clearly don't want to talk to me.
That's not true. You see how she makes, you add milk to the cereal and it gets a little mushy. This one, unbelievable. That's not true. First of all, I've been told by guests that come in here that I say to them, would you like to be interviewed by the Brooklyn Cafe? And if it's a female, they think I'm a little creepy. So I said, okay, talk to my partner. I'm not going to set it up. Let a partner set it up. Maybe if she's creepy, then we're all creepy. Who knows, right? But it works. I got 3 or 4 that you spoke to. So anyway, so I went to Enigma. I went to Enigma. Ay, Papa Dios. I went to Enigma Bistro yesterday. Enigma Bistro. And I went in there and there was nobody in the place. I mean, I had to go to the kitchen to find the cook and stuff because they were in the back doing something. Hello, we're here. Nobody in the place. The food is delicious. And they tell me that they used to be big in the day. This is 18 years old, this restaurant. On Federal. You got to look at it because I ain't got glasses. But I walked in there and in Delray. And this is right by the old studio we were by, right across the street.
Cuban.
Yes, Cuban food, the most delicious. The most delicious food I've ever had, right? So I gave him my one-line speech. See, I don't have a one-liner.
I know.
I have a multi-liner.
I know.
And in Spanish, I gave it to her.
Okay.
I said to her, hey, baby, oh, boo-boo, you want to be on my show? And she said.
If you said it like that, I think can you imagine?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Baby,
yeah, hey, baby.
Because in Spanish is different.
I mean, it probably would have worked for me, though.
In Spanish, I said cariñosa, which is honey, sort of cariñosa, but it's different because
trying to be suave with it.
It's a suavemente piece.
Yeah, suave. Yeah.
Cariñosa, which
in his wet underwear and water shoes. The lady said.
I felt like you should have called me for that.
No,
hey,
I
baby,
changed clothes in the bathroom. But I kept my water shoes on. I said, cariñosa, usted quiere estar en el show de Brooklyn Cafe o de Fuego con nosotros. It was very simple. And she walks away. Not acknowledge me whatsoever. So then I'm eating the food, and I asked her for a box. I said, this is delicious. I said it in English because maybe she didn't know Spanish. But I heard her speaking Spanish. I said, maybe the one-liner didn't work. So I came over, and I gave her a card. Then she asked for the one-liner. She says, what's the one-liner? And I told her. And she asked me, how much is this going to cost? How much? And she gave me the rolling of the eyes. How much is this going to cost? And I told her nothing. She said, really? I said, yeah. How do you know that I can help you? I want to know if we can work together. I don't have a Latino or Cuban restaurant. I would like to. Do you want to talk? No ROI, no expectation, no nothing. I mean, I paid for the meal. It was delicious.
So what was the outcome?
I got to call them today at 4:30.
Okay.
But that's my ROI, right? Kids come in here and I ask them, now that it's different. They have their own shows now. And they have their own podcast now.
I need to get my own show now.
And you should. And they have to have their own commercials now and promos starting this week. Oh, you missed the meeting today, Slicko.
I'm trying to tell you, boot camp.
But I got to push them.
I'm with you. I agree.
I'm sorry. I got to push them harder. You know, you are a prime example of getting caught in the wind right now because you went to school and you studied all this stuff and you got talent. I think she's the best to hire her. Same thing I told Mia, same thing I told Teddy and Val and Slick, all of them. You guys are talented. You're way ahead of the curve of people that are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to learn this thing. And by showing that you can do it, you get it done. And there's my ROI. I'm not asking for anything for the kids to learn. I mean, do we ask them to do a show? I'm sorry. Do we ask them to do a podcast? Again, I'm sorry. A commercial that says Slick Speaks? Again, I'm sorry. Does he do the setups? Yes. Hangs the paintings? Yes. Interviews, did Mama Ali and everything else? Yes, yes, and some more yes. So it's all part of the learning experience of what you came here for, yes?
That and plus because I wasn't expecting everything, especially Slick Speaks. So, yeah.
I mean, we never thought of that.
It's been more than what I expected,
Who's
but
on Slick Speaks tomorrow?
Slick Speaks tomorrow, we are speaking to Danny. Danny is a wordsmith, fellow wordsmith. He's basically he's been talking about a lot of the riots and racial injustice. So we're gonna be talking to Danny tomorrow at 10 a.m.
All right, we're gonna go to commercial break. Who am I kicking this over to?
We are kicking it over to Mr.
They're not ready. They don't know.
We're gonna go to commercial break, and when we come back on Before the Rejoiner, you're gonna get them all set up.
I know, right? They're not. What's wrong
Here
with
he
these?
comes running in.
Never mind.
The Vincenzo. My cousin Vinny, baby.
We're gonna take a quick commercial
Quick
break. When we
commercial
come
break.
back, we're gonna send it over to Vinny.
Vincenzo.
888-994-49.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Listen to some sweet melodies and let's discuss the meaning of songs from all genres of music with me, Lenny Marine. If you want to sing along and participate on the show, please call 888-994-4995. I love to learn and discover the benefits of music on our mental and physical health. Music therapy will help you get through these tough times with entertaining and educating shows. Please tune in weekly on AMP Media Productions and enjoy, folks.
Hello guys, my name is Vinny, and today in history is an icon from the 60s, Woodstock. It's been going on the past few days with your favorite 60s band, Jefferson Airplanes, Jimi Hendrix, Jonas Joplin, and it will end tomorrow in the morning. And that's your day in history.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I have no idea what that was.
It's called Camelot, the musical Camelot with King Arthur.
Oh, King Arthur.
King Arthur, do you remember the sword and the stone?
Was that? Yeah, I remember the kid lifted it because somebody else could get it out of there.
Yep. Girl
That was
power.
Camelot?
That's not from the cartoon Camelot, it's from a musical called Camelot.
It wasn't a
It's
girl
with,
that lifted it was a guy.
The guy playing King Arthur married Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know, one of her husbands.
Next time
played,
it's going to
played
be
King
a girl.
Arthur.
If we could reenact it, it's going to be a girl taking the sword out of the stone. One arm.
The one-armed girl?
One arm. No, one arm. Taking
One-armed
the sword
girl. It's going to be a one-armed girl. So I like that piece on Woodstock. Is that, Vinny, is that today or tomorrow, Woodstock?
Woodstock ends tomorrow, but it's still ongoing from Friday.
So it's last Friday it started.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My brother went to Woodstock.
How was it for him?
He was missing for 3 days, and we went to the precinct. True story.
Love, peace, and
And
rock
we were
and roll.
looking for him, and he comes walking in. He was covered from head to toe in mud. He smelled like the back end of this dog. It was horrible. And my mother saw him, and my uncle saw him. They said, "Where have you been?" He came back on a Sunday because he had to hitchhike all the way up.
Nice.
But he got a ride back. And you remember the vans, those little Volkswagens?
Oh, they're coming back.
They're expensive if you can find them. That's what brought him to the house. That's what brought him to the building.
Classic, right?
And he said he was up in Woodstock. And they said, "What made you decide to go?" He says, "It was history. I had to be there."
It was.
You did it.
That was 68?
69.
69. A lot of stuff happened in 69, right? Walking on the Moon,
Yes.
Woodstock. Yeah. And also the Mets won the World Series. Jets won the Super Bowl.
Mets. That's hilarious.
Miracle Mets beat Baltimore. Jets won against Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts.
Yes,
a lot
it's
of
no show
stuff.
about nothing. Just saying, just sharing the experience. But Lisa, we would love to have her put a show together, right?
I would love it, absolutely. You know, it's funny because with Lisa, we didn't have the intricacies that we have
We
now.
didn't have this because she said, "When did you all have this?" And we said, "Well, you were here Thanksgiving," but no, we did not have our theater set up Thanksgiving for shows. Again, the pandemic. I saw someone post something. If you could, can you actually thank God for the blessings you have, even though you have been in quarantine or in the midst of a pandemic?
Absolutely.
Right? And it was like if you can. And I thought, absolutely, because we've had the opportunity for so many blessings the past 7 months, 5 months, whatever it is. You guys? Any? I think I see, I don't know if those are Slick's legs over there, but I'm assuming those are Slick's legs. I don't recognize the shoes, but, oh no, Slick's there, that's Pierre. Oh, there's the shoes, okay. Can you actually thank God for the blessings or the positive things that have happened?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
And you know, Slick, in your world, you're still working for Home Depot. You're still living, you have your own place, right? with your brother. No one, that explains a lot. But you're still doing basically, not that, I mean, you're still doing basically everything you did before. Right? I mean, you're restricted in certain aspects, but.
I got to tell you, Slick started working with us right before the pandemic started. And when everything got shut down, it was.
Was he at Meisner with us?
Yeah.
You went to Meisner, okay.
Slick and Teddy. It was the four of us.
No, Val was here.
Val hadn't started.
Val
yet.
went to Meisner with us. No, Hector went to Meisner.
But, Hector started staying home, take care of his
Calloway
grandma.
was with us.
Calloway wasn't with us either. These are all
DJ was with us.
DJ. But DJ's not here anymore.
Calloway wasn't with us?
But Slick and Teddy were the first ones because everyone had to go home. So content was looking for content. 2020 Vision had stopped because no one was here. So Teddy Unscripted started, Slick Speak started, they made their own graphics, and from that, and that was just in March, because we closed right after my birthday for 2 weeks, and everything grew from that. So if you think about what we've grown since March, when all of this happened, is more than we grew between November and March.
Well, we sort of stepped up a little bit.
But that's what it takes, though.
And we got to do a Meisner Park Amphitheater. We got to do a show and stream it. And there was a challenge in doing it, but it got done. It was kind of cool. And then they wanted us to do it, over and over again for 4 months, 5 months in a row. And we were already rock and roll, and then the pandemic hit. We had 1,200 people show up March 17th.
We didn't pivot, we just grew. You just had to. There wasn't going, there was no sidestepping. It was just forward. You just had to go forward.
And do you know, we have an online radio station.
You started with us with that. Amp it up.
We have WAMP, and we have it on the bus channel. It actually plays. We haven't touched it in, I'm going to say 11 months. So the music that's in there plays, and I can turn it on and off when I want to play shows in there. It doesn't have a DJ, it doesn't have any. So I was going to turn that into WAMP so that you can do online radio broadcasting. The problem is that everybody that sits back there, they talk too loud. So it have to be when the shows out here aren't taking place. But it's an interesting concept because online radio is like a podcast, or it is a podcast. Well, I don't know what the hell a podcast is. But I'm a little confused because I seen that iHeart app, iHeartMedia, is pushing out a podcast. It's a contest, and you can check it out. They're going to give $1,000, and you'll become if you win it, you get interviewed by that David guy who has that show. But the funny thing about podcasting on iHeart is it's not iHeart Radio. It's not like your podcast is going to play on the radio. It's going to play on their app. It's going to play on their website. It's going and the object of the game is because iHeart is so big, you're gonna think that people are gonna find you. But iHeart is not going to publicize your show unless you're a bigwig.
It's not a production house. That's the difference.
Right, but if you don't know that WAMP is on iHeart, you're not gonna know to look for it there. So even if you put it out there, you still gotta look for it.
It's about promotion. Do you do promotions? Do you do graphics and promos and? It's about promotions. People being able, again, in my opinion, as production of what we do, I should be able to look at someone who sends us a pitch. I should be able to look at their social media page and know what they do and what they stand for. I should be able to look at your picture, your content, that header and the bio, and say, I know what you do. If I can't get through that, and if I scroll the first couple postings and I have no idea what you do for business, but you're pitching me business, then you need to send me your business page. There needs to be some sort of alignment, and that happened today. And someone friended me, and I don't know what you do. I still don't know what they do, but I know their political stance. I know who they support. I know what they don't support. I know what their kids look like, and I know the music they listen to. I have no idea what they do for business. So
did you ask?
I did.
And they said?
I haven't checked my messages yet. But to me, if that should be in alignment with what you're doing.
So when you have a show and you can see it on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Stitch, all these different things, and they put iHeart Radio. Is it true advertising?
People put the iHeart app, is what they say. iHeart Radio.
No,
app.
they put iHeartRadio. They don't say nothing about no app.
I've seen the ones with the apps.
I've never seen that. But the.
What's going on?
I hope that's not my
Quiet.
car.
Could be your car.
You think so?
Everyone got very quiet. I know, I want to get all our commercial spots in because I think our crew did a great job, so I want to go to another commercial break. We're going to send it over to Pierre, and he talked about Gubba Rum. And yesterday was National Gubba Rum Day. It was actually National Rum Day, but we're calling it National Gubba Rum Day. See what you drink. You have any rum yesterday in your White Claw?
No, I didn't.
Should have done a shot of Gubba Rum.
It was all vodka.
Mia's going to take some Gubba Rum over to her restaurant chain and let them try it out. The Gubba Gold, right here.
It's a Gubba weekend. You ever had any of this? Do you drink rum?
White rum?
We have a white one.
We got that one too. We've got Gubba Gold, which is vanilla. Gubba Gold.
And the other one, the white is coconut.
This big kind of pull mic, Gubba Gold.
When Mia makes a drink, hold on to your seat.
We should turn this into a microphone for Mia. Gubba Gold. And Gubba
Oh, we could do that.
It'd be kind of a cool mic, right?
They sell those.
You want the
The-
gold? You want it?
the-
All right, we're kicking this over to Pierre.
Pierre,
They're getting it all set up for him.
I don't know what Slick is doing.
And before we end, I know we've got Kelsey coming up as well. But I would love, Lisa, to expand our platform in the afternoons. And since you work till 1, it's kind of perfect to bring her in for an afternoon segment and add to our platform of what we do. I think Kelsey's in the afternoon also. What you got cooking?
Lisette Quinones, my cousin's watching.
Oh, okay. Say hello.
Hello, Lisette.
All right, send it over to Pierre.
All right, this segment is brought to you by Gubba Rum. Today is Monday, and we all get hit with the Monday blues. But my favorite solution is getting a shot or two of Gubba Rum. It brings a spring to my step. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
2020 Network is a platform to amplify the impact and voices for Gen Z and millennials, covering topics from small businesses, cooking, inspiration, and hot topics. 2020 puts a modern spin to what is happening in our world and everyday lives. 2020 Network has something for everyone. There's Slick Speaks, Teddy Unscripted, Small Talk, Homemade with the Animator, Musical Therapy, Spotlight, no pun intended, Callaway's Corner, What's the Tea? We will be sure to help you amplify your impact and inspiration on the 2020 Network. We are an upbeat, dynamic group that turns every show into a great time.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
Here at Small Talk, we look for any challenge possible, whether you have pictures that you need a slideshow with some cool music,
Or you're good with camera work, but you want to create the film of your dreams. I can help. No amount of footage is too big or small. Tell me what you want, and I will make it happen. Call today at 866-224-5422 or email me at smalltalktv2020@gmail.com. Remember, any idea you come up with is never too small. Call today to get your dream project started at 866-224-5422 or at smalltalktv2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
That sounds familiar.
Gonna dance all night? Maybe.
I could have danced all night. Is that what it was?
That was called Getting to Know You from The King and I.
I gave you the wrong song. My
The
grandma
King and
used
I.
to sing that all the time.
That was a play, wasn't it? The King and I?
The King and I, oh my gosh, yes.
That was the bald-headed guy. What was his name?
The King of Siam. Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner.
He played the.
So let it be written,
Yeah.
so let it be done.
I gotta tell you,
Ten
it's
Commandments.
such an iconic play. You talk about music therapy, that if that play were made today, I went to see The King and I with my daughter last year when it was on Broadway
Oh, wow.
in Florida. And I'm watching it thinking, this can't really be this racist and this
Oh, look.
way it is. And it never got any better, and I thought this iconic play is totally discriminatory. And nobody talks about that because it's an iconic play.
Everything now is discriminatory. Everything.
Gone with the
Everything.
Wind,
It's so
right? The Gone with the
politically
Wind.
correct, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting, right?
But it's iconic.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Hold
for a
on.
whole nother day.
Sanford and Son.
Yes,
Same thing?
I know.
Wheezy.
Jefferson's.
Same
and
thing.
Good Times.
And the
100%.
Archie Bunker, the originator.
100%. Yeah, totally different. You would never have these shows from the 70s on now.
But they all made a point. I don't
So
get it.
TV's different now, and now it's funny because now you look at all these reality music shows, and the audience is all Zoom, right? So their whole backdrop are thousands and thousands of people on these little teeny tiny Zoom calls. It's the craziest thing.
I like the basketball game ones.
Okay.
Because they have like the little fans as like.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
The
I was
fans
like, I
zoom
wanna
in.
Sign up for that.
How'd they get that done?
My brother said you have to like sign up or something or go on some website, and then if you get chosen, like your face will be at the next game. I haven't really looked into it. But
And they have you doing all sorts of. Some people had their dogs on there. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like floating heads everywhere.
It's the craziest thing.
Floating
And
heads.
we've got the revolving chair over there. We've got Kelsey joining us.
Hey,
Kelsey,
guys.
I'm so glad you're here.
I am glad to be here.
We missed you. Kelsey does our digital marketing and our promotions and our graphic design, so it's nice when you're back. We've got some more things for you to do at home. It's juggling, right? It's balancing work and this, but because we're in this digital space, she's able to do some more things.
Are you doing Spotlight tomorrow?
Yep, I'll
Tomorrow.
be doing Spotlight tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Excellent.
Very cool.
I like that.
I think we're gonna have a show on morality tomorrow.
Really?
We're gonna ask some tough questions. So everybody write in if you have a question that you want us to ask of some of our producers in the room, and it should be a lot of fun.
You should put a promo post out asking for questions.
For morality questions?
Yeah. Like, if you're at a train track and that one question that everybody goes to, I feel like they went to it a lot in classes. If you're at a train track and the train is going to diverge and you've got the path to the left where there's only one person that would be impacted and it's somebody you know and love, or you've got the path to the right where it's a group of 10 people who would be impacted but you don't know who they are, and the train has to go one way, which way would you make it go? I know, right?
So hold on a second. No matter what I pick, nothing happens to me.
Again, a duck throwing moment. If only they were here with me. is
I
all
just
can
want to
tell
know.
you.
Well, I got to get all the facts.
Yeah, it
But
would
the guilt
emotionally
would
affect
happen to you.
Nothing will happen to me. So if I move 10 people, it's the same strength that I move one person.
But the guilt wouldn't eat at you, and even if you lived through it,
Either
the
way, it's the
guilt
guilt.
wouldn't eat
All
at
right,
you.
hold a second. I'm going to ask you, how old is the person I love?
Think of somebody in your life. Think about that.
Are they older? Are they younger?
2 versus 90.
I don't
Is
know
it a
who's
baby?
in your life. You have
Well,
to,
these
the
are
first
all
thing
the
that
impli-
comes to your mind. If I say there's a person you love on the path, who's the first person that pops into your mind?
If you have a 90-year-old person and you got 10 children on one side, where do you think I'm going to go?
But even if it was a young person you love on one side and 10 people on the other side, don't the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few in more cases than not?
You want me to
I
be
don't
honest?
like this question.
You want me to be morally correct, or you want me to be honest?
I want you to be honest. I want to know what's going on in your brain.
I would pick. That's a good one. I think I would pick the one. It all depends who that one is. And if it's somebody dear, like if it's my mom and dad, I'm going in that direction. If it's 10 of my cousins, not so much. If it's my brother and sister on the other side, that's a good one. It's a good toss-up.
You know, when you used to have that conversation with me, you'd always say, be careful what you answer. And then no matter what I answer, you said to me, nope, it's wrong, because only God can choose.
Well,
and you say only God can choose which path. You can go left in the train, maybe there's a glitch and it goes the other way, and you say, if you believe in God or the universe, only God makes that decision.
Well, if you had 10 people that were 90 years of
That's what you
age,
used to tell me all the time.
and you have a 10-year-old, I'm going to the 10. It's about, for me, it's based on age. I think you should give the younger ones an opportunity to live a life.
Chance at life.
I mean, that's the way I see it. Now, if it's a mixed bag of shells, I don't know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to go meeny, miny, mo. Catch a train by its toe.
It's a tough one, so that's tomorrow at 11.
That's tomorrow at 11. We'll be answering all the tough questions.
Man, you already hurt my
You should
brain.
come back tomorrow at 11.
That one hurts my brain. You know, that could be very interesting.
What, Wednesday? Yeah. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Show, where we suck you in. We're like, it's like
I guess
Brooklyn,
I'm coming
come back tomorrow.
You know, that's very interesting. Now you have me all spun out here. For the rest of my day, I'll be thinking about that.
And there you have it.
That's the kind of impact Spotlight leaves on your life.
Interesting.
Wow.
11 o'clock.
Now, would anybody in here take the first shot of the vaccine for the virus, not knowing if you're going to die from it? Would you do it?
I would not, but I know you would.
Would you do it?
I wouldn't.
Then how we know we're going to get a cure if we don't each take a shot?
There are people
Similar
that will.
question, no? One to the masses.
There are people that will. There are people that join in our armed forces.
60,000 people joined.
That keep us safe and secure in our borders. Whatever your political views are, they do serve our country, and they serve in an amazing capacity. And there are others that don't.
Oh my God, I could give you so many. If you get drafted, do you go fight a war, or do you take the 4 years of jail?
There's no draft anymore.
So assuming there is. That was
So
the
you get
dilemma.
4 years of jail?
You got 4 years or 3 years of jail, or
Right.
you got drafted.
Wow.
What would you do?
Catch 22.
What would you do?
Where do you leave the country?
No matter what kind of job you're going to do in the war.
No, you can't do that because you can't.
If you're going to be on the front lines, or you're going to be...
Doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're going to go fight a war.
But there are people that have left the country because of that, and they've never come back. Never come back, but they have left the
But
country.
would you go to jail, or would you? It's a question.
I know.
Has to do with spotlighting. I got lots of stuff to ask you.
You want to come on Spotlight tomorrow?
I didn't realize that's what Spotlight was.
We're gonna spotlight different topics, different businesses.
It's
so
a great-
tomorrow
it's
a
great.
spotlight on ethics.
I think you
But
should
if
do
you-
it out here.
Okay.
So
I-
everyone can participate.
I-
Otherwise, we can't go in that studio.
I love the fact that you're going to do that show
Are you good
because,
with that?
yeah, I love the fact you're going to do that because I always think right now everything is too politically correct. You can't say nothing without it being taken the wrong way. So isn't the problem the way you're taking it? Is it the problem of what my definition is? You know how many people are going to scream at me because I said I will go towards the one as opposed to the masses? I'm going to get yelled at. And then the other way, well, you should have gone for the masses and not the one. I don't have a right answer.
No right answer. So before we end today's show, I have to give a huge shout out to our crew because Lisa, we didn't even know you were coming. Pierre went and got water. And,
I knew you were coming.
And they've got other things, they're rehanging stuff. I didn't know Kelsey was coming. She came and ran.
I knew she was coming too.
Left, and Teddy never made it back from vacation. So I got to tell you, our crew, we've got an incredible amount of people that work with us. And everyone says, you have that many? You know what? They all have their gifts, and we couldn't do it without any of them. So I think every day I thank you guys. And again, today I'm looking around saying, you guys brought it, and this is not typically what you normally do, and I can't thank them enough for everything they do.
I know. I got to push the envelope. Where's Slick? I'm going to push the envelope some more.
Slick, we got to get him some food, though. You know, I don't think he's
So
had
it
his
is.
Monday morning pasta
He needs
yet.
the pasta. He'll throw himself on the floor and
He
faint.
needs his pasta. But before we go, we're going to send it over to Kelsey, and have a great day, everyone. Be safe. Of course, be kind to each other, and see what Kelsey's got to say.
Hi everyone, I am here to tell you about Amp Media Productions. We want you to amplify your impact with Amp Media Productions, with shows ranging from cooking to business, from the Kids Network to Latin flavor. Amp Media Productions is the platform to highlight your voice. Don't wait to make an impact on your business. Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light